What's up, guys? It's Warren here from Blue Cloud Creation X. And I know it's been a long time since I posted a video, but I'm back now. And so I'm currently in my hometown. I'm actually recording this video in my car. But in my previous video, I actually didn't have any sound. And I only realized that recently. So this is just a recreation of that video. So I'm just going to go through it from the start of the video and explain what exactly happened. So this video is to show you how to switch animation transitions. So let's get started. So in our previous tutorial, we actually had our character. I'm just going to make this full screen. And in our previous tutorial, we just were moving our character up, down, left, right. And in this tutorial, what we're going to do is change his animation as he moves, and when he's standing still, he'll have a different animation. So right now I'm just adding some background just to show you how we can move our character in a 2D space. And what we're actually going to do now is add some colliders. So we're going to add colliders to our table and to our player. So basically, and then we see that I'm changing the body type to dynamic because this will allow him to interact with 2D objects, 2D colliders. And I changed gravity to 0 because otherwise he would fall. So now I'm just adding colliders to our borders. And now we'll see I make a table using a 2D collider. So basically this hovers over our table, so that will prevent our player from moving into the table, which I'll show you later. And now we're just adding a collider for the chairs and the tables, so our player can't move into that space. And I'm just adding our layers because you can see our player is actually behind this image, so I just moved it to the front so we can see him. Now if we zoom out, we're going to place him somewhere there. And now I'm just making sure he's able to move around and his head is able to move over our border, so that wall. So I think we're going to hit play. And if we try moving our character left and right, you'll see that he is trying to rotate in the Z-axis. So we're going to freeze rotation because we don't want movement in that position. So if you look at what I'm about to do, let's stop play, we'll freeze rotation in the Z-axis. And now we'll try moving our player around. And you can see he moves. He's unable to collide with any of these objects. He moves around the table, but he can't interact. He can't move into the table and above the wall. So that creates a kind of 2D space in our game. So now we're going to actually start with our animation transitions. So we open up our player script from our previous tutorial. And we used our animator class, and we create a object, my animator. So what we're doing now is we getting our component. So you can see get component, and then we take our actual animator component. That's how we get our anime component from the inspector. So now what we're doing is every time our player, if you look at our previous tutorial, every time our player moves to the left or to the right, I'm just waiting for me to type. So every time our player moves to the left to the right, we're going to change our state. So if you look at the state of our animation, we have two. We have running and idle. So right now, every time we enter into that, we're going to switch it to true. Our running state is going to be true. That's how we set our running state to true. We use a set bool. So basically what this does is it's saying that if my velocity is greater than 0, that means if I'm not standing still, then we're going to set this a Boolean value to true. So whenever he's not moving, whenever he is moving, our transition, our animation transition will be running. So whether he's moving in the Y direction or the X direction, his state will change. His animation will change. And here we're going to set it to false. So now if we hit play, we'll see that whenever he starts moving, he starts running, and whenever he's idle, whenever we leave the controller or keyboard, he'll stop he becomes idle. And let me just check our length. So that's it for the tutorial, guys. I'll be making more quality videos soon. You can hit subscribe, and you can play my first game in the description. Join our Discord server, follow me on Instagram, and maybe I should just go back and explain something. So if we do go here, so basically this is saying if my rigid body, if our velocity of our X component is not equal to 0, so if he's moving, then set it to true, I'll set it to false. When I do actually write false here. But yeah, that's it for the tutorial, guys. Thanks for watching. Cheers, bye.